Alright, I do believe that it's about time that we get started. Welcome to the stream if you are here. If you are not here, you are still welcome as always. Today is a wonderful Wednesday, and it is the first day of October, which means that we all get to get dressed up in our spooky costumes. We have,
It's
of
a
course,
Except
me
for
as
me, I'm
Zombles.
actually a skeleton.
Yeah,
it's a
you
spooky month.
it's a skull. It's a skull mon. The skull master.
Did you say the skull monster?
No.
You were gonna.
And also, Beetle's here. It's a shame what happened to them. And, what with dying and all.
What happened to Beetle?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's worse things.
oh, I thought you were just in a bed sheet.
Nah,
No,
I mean,
that's what I
the
thought too,
shroud.
but
Yeah.
it happens.
Ghostly shroud. Check the legs. If there aren't any legs, it's a real ghost.
But along with uh, the start of the spooky month, we're going to be having a lot of fun with just spooky games where we can. Specifically, starting with Monster of the Week. You decided to name this All Heaven's Angels, which is going to be interesting. We
That's
were actually just getting things set up and making sure that everything was in order. But this is going to be a session 0, at least to start. If it goes really well, we get through it, we may go into like uh, a proper session, but it all depends, and that is not the expectation. Just so that we are all on the same page here. But uh, Gizmo, Ballmaster, you were about to go into how we actually create our characters, and we do have a like the reference sheet here. That's what we should be using, right?
no, you're gonna be using the menu
Ah, damn it.
to start with. The reference sheet is just an overview of basic moves. You can also just look in your character sheet. Your character sheet should be furnished with all of the basic moves. Um, and kind of what they can do. You should be able to get all the information you need from that. Um, in hindsight, I don't know why I even put the reference sheet in there. I thought it had more. Anyway, but what is important is the menu.
Hmm.
This is a very brief overview of the various hunter playbooks that you have available. This will determine what kind of
Oh,
hunter you're playing. They're all archetypes from various horror media, mostly Monster of the Week style television shows.
oh, oh, oh,
So,
Yeah,
so
you
this
can
is
see
stuff like
each.
oh,
Supernatural,
okay.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like stuff like that,
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
oh
Yeah.
no, no, I was
Okay.
putting squares on there, and I didn't know how to get rid of them.
Oh, you just click them again. It should
Yeah, yeah.
get rid of them.
I had to hit delete on the keyboard.
Oh, weird.
That's weird.
Okay, there we go. We're good. Oh,
All right then. Anyway, so yeah, the hunter playbooks.
mhm.
Each one is given a ranking from 1 to 3 in 5 sort of game elements. It kind of goes over there in the beginning, but I'll read them off. Action, the running man, how effective they are with stunts and fighting. Mystery, the fingerprint, how effective they are at research, talking to people, and generally figuring stuff out. Odd, the dude with the bursting head, how much they get weird powers and strange stuff going on with them. Story, which is the drama mask there, how much the inclusion of this playbook will influence the whole game. And team, which is the 3 guys, how much you can help the team as a whole succeed. Um, and not every one of these playbooks will be equally good at all of these things, and many of them, if they have, for instance, 3 nodes in it, you can build them into that, but you don't necessarily have to. Usually, what you're going to do is you're going to be choosing your playbook, and then you're going to be customizing it as part of the character creation.
Now, are
But there
we
is a rule: you cannot duplicate playbooks.
okay? That's
Mhm.
exactly what I was going to ask. So,
Yeah.
yeah, when we are choosing through this, there's a little bit of like um thought that kind of goes into what we should all be. Um, and I feel like it should actually be put out there before we make our decisions. what is your goal this story? Is this something that's more high action? Are you wanting this to be more serious and down to earth? Like, would being divine or the chosen actually put a damper on this story, or would it elevate it?
I'm not saying it would elevate it. I've tried to make this story pretty agnostic to most of the playbooks. I'm kind of to sell you on the story. While I've been creating it, I've been trying to picture it as like a classic horror movie, maybe something you'd get in the bargain bin on a Blu-ray or find on a streaming site and just watch of an evening. Um, I think you might have a little bit more fun if you choose more mundane, not the mundane, but more mundane options.
Okay.
But uh, honestly, whatever your heart takes you, I'd say go for that.
All right.
I'm looking at like almost every single one of the options that I'm thinking like, oh wow, I can make something kind of silly with this one. Oh wow.
And I mean, there is going to be a little bit of silliness with this. I
Yeah, the
do
only
know that.
thing, y- yeah, the only thing I would ask,
Mhm.
is horror is a very hard sort of thing to capture, especially in a tabletop setting.
Of course.
So while some silliness and some funniness is absolutely welcome and encouraged, especially during the more tense scenes, the only thing I would ask is try not to undercut it too much. Um, but obviously, I'm not going to be the hard ass about it.
I appreciate that because I was thinking about going flake and just being the most fucking anti tinfoil hat wearing. He's like, no, monster, they don't fucking exist. You know, this giant drooling monster that's standing right behind me, it's the projectors, smoke and mirrors.
I mean, honestly, if you want to look into that as a character concept, maybe not quite to a cartoonish degree, but I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
could be a fun thing, a more skeptic kind of person.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Beetle, do you have any that are jumping out at you?
Yeah, I'm looking at fuck, the professional or possibly Snoop. I
Oh,
like both of those.
Interesting.
all right. Well, what I will do, since we've got a couple of hits here, in Discord, Blazer, I'm going to send you the PDF for the Flake. You're not necessarily married to it, but it's going to be something you're going to want to look over and kind of
I love
s-
reading.
see some of the options on. And then similarly for you, Beetle, I'm sending you the Snoop and the Professional. I don't know why there's a capital S in there. I didn't do that. Rambles, what about you? Let's.
So I had talked with I've been talking with you a little bit as you've been
Hmm.
setting this up. I still think that mundane is something that I would personally enjoy. Just a regular guy that's mostly there to support the team in especially like getting uh
Into trouble.
yeah, like getting into trouble or just being a bit more of the mundane face of the group. Um, but if we have a more narrow approach to this, I think that being an initiate could also be interesting because that is very heavy on story, and could potentially be a bit more group cohesion if we're looking for a proper theme.
Absolutely. One thing I will say is you guys are going to be explicitly part of a team. How you got to be part of that team is entirely up to you. But for instance, like the professional works for a monster hunting agency. Um, so if Beetle does go professional, then there's a reason that the agency is having one of their people work with the two of you. And maybe you have history. Well, I mean, you definitely have history with the other players. That is a part of every playbook. Is you pick each other player and you determine how you know them and what kind of history you share. But you will be also picking some things for the team as a whole. Which I should bring up the fucking rule sheet so that I'm not adrift.
I still love the picture for the mundane. Fucking
Oh,
steak plunger.
Oh, yeah. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask them. If there's anything that, like, you're reading a particular power or move that you have and you don't quite know how it would work, while you guys are looking through that, I can kind of go over the Miss Ma'am, this is not the time. I can kind of go over the very basics of it. So the way Monster of the Week runs is it's very narrative focused. But throughout the narrative, whenever you're wanting to do something that is more than what a normal person could do or has a chance of failure, you will often be rolling one of your moves. Everyone has 8 basic moves. There is acting under pressure for when you're just trying to get something done and you aren't sure that you're going to be able to do it. It's very catch-all on that one. There's help out when you're trying to assist another hunter and basically makes them more likely to succeed on what they're trying to do. A big one is investigate a mystery. This is how you're going to peel back the curtain on what's going on within All Heaven's Angels, the adventure. Kick some ass is deceptive. So when you kick some ass, that is the most straightforward, I am fighting a thing that you can be. However, you're also going to get hurt if you fight these monsters head on. Now you might want to take that on, in which case kick some ass is probably what you're going to be rolling. But it is recommended that you find more creative ways to get around and address the creatures, because the monsters you fight in Monster of the Week usually are stronger than you.
And
And
most of the time, their weakness is not your boot up their ass.
most of the time. Now, of course, you can slow them down. If you punch a werewolf in the face, if you do it hard enough, you'll make them flinch. Unless you got silver knuckles, ain't gonna do much more than that. And they're probably gonna get a bite in on you as well. So kick some ass. Very straightforward fighting, but very dangerous to do. Manipulate someone. This is the persuade roll. This is when you're trying to get somebody to do what you want them to do. Now, you do have to have a good reason to do it. Like, all of these moves are very fiction first. So, first and foremost, before you can even use a move, you have to say what you're doing, how you're doing it, and why you think the move would apply. Very much like, the Wild Sea in that sense. Um, but the moves are a lot more codified. Um, but yeah, manipulate someone is trying to convince somebody to do something that you want them to do. Protecting someone, this is when somebody's in danger and you want to prevent any harm that might befall them. Protecting someone's a good one for that. Read a bad situation.